What's up everybody, Kevin here. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the 360 that I installed recently on my Ghost trolling motor. I had a right height turret on it. I took that off because I had that BFE stabilizer bracket that mounted in between the Ghost trolling motor shaft and the right height shaft. Well, I fish a lot of shallow water. I was unable to raise up my trolling motor. The installation was quite simple. I've been playing around with it for a little bit, and it's quite interesting. It's not like the Minn Kota 360. I gotta say the Minn Kota 360 is hands down because it's stationed in one little area. You can hit spot lock. On the Ghost, everything is off the unit, the trolling motor. So that 360 spins with this trolling motor. So what I do on this 360, now I have my active target, and that is mounted on the shaft of the trolling motor because I went back to that so I can raise the trolling motor up. So sometimes I like to hit the lily pads, and sometimes it's about 1.5 feet of water, 2 feet of water. I have to raise that trolling motor up so I can get up in there and pop some frogs in them tulips. So I took the right height off due to that reason. I mean, I like it for deep water and hitting spot lock, and I can still turn my active target transducer on the right height and scan around. But now since I got this 360, so what I do is like on a windy day or whatnot, I like to position myself towards the wind, and then I have a spot behind me I want to scan. So what I do is I have the 360 and the maps on there so I can read the contours from the map on the left there, as you can see in the video here. And then I have the active target. Right now everything is facing forward with the active target, and I do see some bait fish here, kind of over here. So what I'll do is I'll hit the 360. I have it on a hotkey on my foot pedal. So right now the 360 is engaged and the wind's blowing this way towards me. And what I'm doing is the wind is kind of pushing my boat, and I'm just gonna drift with this 360. So what I'm looking for with this 360 all around me is structure. I have the active target on a bigger picture here on the left, and then my 2D on the right here, which for some reason I'm not getting my depth here off of it because it's connected to this unit. There's no sonar connected to this, so I'm linked into the carbon 12. Because basically my HDS 12 Live was mainly for my active target. And then I got the down imaging here, and then here on the right got my 360 and the structure map. And of course I have a 16 on the console. I did have the 212s on the console, but it was like 28 inches wide, and I was afraid of somebody in the back, you know, fishing, smacking the units with the lure, with their lure, whatnot. So right now I'm just scanning the area with the 360 here on the HDS 12 carbon. And right now I'm kind of just casting the line here and there with a Texas rig set up on the NRX 7.3 medium heavy fast action, a Corrado DC reel Shimano. So right now I see a bunch of bait fish. So what I'm looking for is bait fish around the area, and just kind of scan the area. Still trying to get used to this thing. I see some structure down here, so I'll hit a waypoint on it. Boom, save it. I got a waypoint on there. So I can come back to that little structure there. So once I hit the pedal on my Ghost here, the 360 will turn off. That I do not like, but I will work with it. And I'll go back to some of these contours. Right now I'm about 9 feet of water. And I'll get on some of these edges here, and I'll scan it over here on this side, and the wind's blowing me this way, so I'll drift it. Now I got the hotkey on it's the 1 dot, and the other 2 I have for my power pole and my waypoint. So the 1 dot's my 360 to start it again, and the 2 dot on my pedal here in the Lowrance Ghost is my waypoint settings, and the 3 dot I have just for my power poles to drop on the fly. So hitting 360 again, give her a try. So far I like it. I just don't like the fact when I can't use spot lock right now. So if I can get myself in about 6 feet of water, back my boat up in there on a ledge, I can drop my power poles down, let my 360 do its thing. So right now I'm just throwing this Texas. I'm not getting any hits on it. I'm using a KVD stick worm here. No hits, and I'm right on a good area too. And the water clarity here around my hometown lake it's great. I mean, it's just clean water right now. I'm quite amazed for, you know, being July, the end of, well, middle of July. And I see a lot of bait fish here, but I'm not seeing anything on the bottom below the bait fish, you know, like bass, where they're kind of stacking up or just hanging out, waiting for that bite. So far, I like the 360. I'll work with it. Once I find a little structure on the 360 here, I will waypoint an area, and then I'll kind of back off. I'll position myself with the active target. That I do like. It was kind of nice having it on the right height. Excuse me. So I can hit the anchor and let that trolling motor just keep me in the spot, and I could just fan the area with the active target when transducer was mounted onto the right height. That was the only benefit I liked. But since, you know, I do a lot of deep, not deep, well, I do both, but I do a lot of shallow water fishing because I junk fish a lot. You know, I like to get up in those cattails and stuff, so I want to be able to raise my trolling motor up again, you know, as high as I can. So that's the only thing I disliked about the right height. I mean, because of the stabilizer bracket from BFE, that was a fixed mount, and once that thing is mounted on the shafts, that you can't move it. And I liked it. And the reason why I put the stabilizer on there is because when you're running down the lake, that right height shaft was wobbling around a lot when you're hitting waves, and it just felt kind of brittle to me. So I took it off. Right now it's on the shaft. I'm going back to my old ways again. And right now everything will work. And I just, you know, position myself again. I got the active target. I mean, I could still move it around on the trolling motor. I'm just looking around. Here's a ledge right here. I'll hit anchor mode, and I'm right around that area I scanned with the 360. So I'll just kind of throw my lure here, put some slack in the line so that lure can drop down, and then I'll sit here and wait, kind of pull the bottom there, because I see a bunch of bait fish here on my active target, and I'm not getting any hits. We just had a rainstorm, so I don't know if I'm going to catch anything today. So right now I got my spot lock on. Whoa, shit. Come on. Come on, girl. Ooh, come on, girl. Woo-wee. Yes! Look at that girl. Woo! Look at that. Look at that, sweet pea. Put you back in the water, girl. There you go. That was, I don't know, it was a 4-pounder, roughly. She was fighting. Just using a stick worm. It's a Z-Man. Got a little elastic. Whee! It's a peanut butter. It's got like, you know, peanut butter look on the bottom and purple on top. And I just got it's not a Ned rig, it's an offset hook with a sinker, a bolt sinker fixed onto the hook. And what I do is just throw it out there, let her sit. So they're not sitting up in the cattails. They're hanging out on the edges here, because when I turn, I look over here, bait fish, sunnies and all that crap are sitting right out here in we're about 7 feet of water, and they're right on the weed line here. I mean, I could take my swim jig right now, just nail it. Oh, I had one. They're thick right here. I found a hot spot. They're schooling up good right here. I could throw just about anything at them right now. Just kind of work the contours. I'll go out and come in. Go out, zigzag it, out and in, out and in. Suppose I could probably use a wacky worm and do some slow presentation right now. So I see a lot of bait fish there in the active target. But anyways, I thought I'd share this all with you guys, see what you think. If you want that 360, I mean, it's worth the buy, you know. If you already have the Ghost trolling motor for 340 bucks, you might as well just buy the deucer and be done with it. That way you can still have it for, you know, side imaging too, because I'll use that on the contours. I'll run down, you know, if it's 16 feet on one side, 6 feet on the other, I'll stay in about 8 feet and run that contour in 8 feet so I can see both sides, and then hit some waypoints if I find some structure or some bait fish, you know, swimming around schooled up. So, well, that will conclude what I have to say about the 360. I like it. It's okay. But me, honestly, I would probably mount the Minn Kota 360 on there because it's fixed. And you can use your spot lock. With the Ghost, you use the spot lock, and you can't use the 360. So you're gonna have to work some magic and do the best you can to do the fish searching. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna do some fishing. Peace.